What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're going to check out those same 15 games that we tried on our RTX 3090 on our RTX 4090. So, RTX 3090 upgraded to 4090. So, same 15 games. We're going to start with Forza Horizon and then move our way down the list. So, obviously, just take a quick look at the chapters and see if any of the games you're even interested are even in this video. Hopefully, I picked out a pretty good amount. I had trouble trying to choose what games I wanted to even run with this thing, because there's so many. But anyway, why don't we hop into the first game, check out its settings, and have some fun with this video. Well, alright guys, let's hop into Forza Horizon 5 here first. Go through these settings, then we'll run a very quick benchmark, then we'll get into the actual game itself. But first, let's get done going through all the settings. There we go, that's the bottom. So now, why don't we go hop in and do a benchmark? Well, here's the benchmark. It's all finished. There's our game version, driver version, Windows version, resolution, and all of that good stuff. And then over here we got ourselves our battery memory, system memory, GPU, and CPU model. Visual presets, it's suggesting low, how laughable. There's our FPS average, minimum, and maximum. We got 4 stutters, and we got 128 total. So we lost 1 FPS, even though before we were running on quiet and this is on gaming, but that's within the realm of error. I could probably overclock this thing like crazy and it wouldn't even get to 130. Well, now let's get ourselves some actual gameplay. Let's take this Lamborghini Murcielago LP670 out for a spin. One of my favorite Lamborghinis. Yep, so if I had a couple $100,000, like I think these things are probably worth probably $500,000-$600,000, I'd get one instantly, but I don't got that kind of scratch, not yet anyway. But I could at least probably go get one of those just normal 2004, 2005, 2003 kind of Murcielagos, non-LP 640s. I could probably grab one of those, but for that kind of money, I think I'd rather spend less and get a plaid. I don't know. Have to go test drive one of those things and see how I like it. But I feel like I'd probably be best off with the plaid because it's like technology like I like, and then I don't got to worry about engines blowing up left and right. My car is fully charged, basically like having a gas station at your house. Just sucks for trips and stuff, but I don't go on very many trips. I don't go that far from my house. And if I do want to, I've got other vehicles I can use besides the Tesla. But at the same time, I've always kind of wanted a Lamborghini Murcielago. And sometimes, if you want something and you can get it, it doesn't matter if it's the fastest thing in the world or the best thing in the world. Murcielago is still a badass car, even today, even though there's a bunch of cars that can kick its ass. Hell, there's Mustangs stock that'll give that thing run for its money nowadays, probably. Although maybe not in 0 to 60. Although, I don't know, that 10 speed, it's pretty fucking fast. I think might be able to get like a 3.8 or something 0 to 60, I don't know. But then for that matter, what the hell does the Murcielago get for 0 to 60? I literally forgot all of those stats because back when I was interested in that thing, I didn't really know much about cars. Other than, hey, it's a Lamborghini, it's got a V12, sounds good. It's probably like 3.6 seconds or something like that. That'd be my guess. To 3.8. Anyway though, why don't we go ahead and move on to the next game. On to Cyberpunk 2077. Let's go through the graphics. Now, I did change this to quality instead of performance because I just did performance on my 3090 because that was the only way to do ray tracing and get 60 at the same time. But I actually, when I played this game for the first playthrough, I did not even use ray tracing because I couldn't afford to. Back when I played this, I was still on my 3080. And I didn't have the VRAM or the FPS to be able to do that. So there we go, we're on full screen as well. I probably should have started on this screen, but whatever. No HDR either, because that fucks with shit. So now, let's go run that benchmark. Alright, benchmark's all finished. We averaged 79 FPS. We got a bare minimum of right at 60. And then we got a max of 104. So not bad. Took 64 seconds to run. Number of frames and all that. There's our custom thing. We're at 3840 by 2160. No windowed mode, no vertical sync or any of that. DLS is enabled on quality, and no DRS, whatever the hell that even is. So, to the game. Alright, let's get some gameplay in here. Oh no, I've been spotted. I must flee, or they will surely kill me. Yeah, they had like skulls and shit over their head. I already know better than to mess with them. Even if I think I can be smart and like duck around a corner and shoot at their face, it only takes one bullet to fuck me over. Versus like hundreds upon hundreds of rounds to take them down. And then if they've got healing or something, forget about it. I'll run out of ammo before I kill them, so I need to go get better weapons and level up a little bit, get better armor, all sorts of stuff. And I'm playing on the hardest difficulty on top of it all. Because I already beat it on easy and normal. Even got one of the cool secret endings, which was fun. Yeah, we'll just take a friendly little stroll around. And that's doing pretty damn good, considering we have ray tracing on. Now I'm excited to at least try the 3.0 DLSS, because I know it adds latency, but it'd probably give us lots of FPS. But this is a first-person shooter still at the end of the day, and I don't really want to have a bunch of latency messing with my aiming. Same thing with like fighting games and racing games. All that kind of needs instant response and good low latency, not higher latency. So, yeah, it may say you're getting 130 FPS, but if it feels like you're getting 70, that's not going to feel very good. So I'll have to play with it myself, see what I think of it, instead of just taking people's on the internet's word for it. I have a card myself. I can test it myself. Well, as soon as games actually like come out that let me use it, anyway. Okay, that was like pretty much the Monopoly guy in a gimp suit. That's what that looked like back there. That was pretty interesting, not gonna lie. You'll never be bored with the outfits in this game, that's for sure. And that guy up there in that thing will never be tired of booty. But alright, let's move on. On to Assassin's Creed Valhalla now. So, we're leaving everything exactly the same on this one, I believe. This one doesn't have ray tracing or anything like that. And I think it has FSR. I don't think it has DLSS. Hell, it might not even have FSR. Alright, it does. Okay, nope, it does have FSR. But we won't run that. So now, let's go run a quick benchmark. Benchmark is all finished. Here's our system info up here with our CPU and GPU, monitor, OS, driver, all that. Game settings right there. And we got 129 average this time, with 74 minimum and 185 maximum. 98 for 1%, 79 for 0.1%. And then we got our nice little bar chart there, and that's our CPU milliseconds right there, and our GPU milliseconds right there, and that's how much VRAM we're using, supposedly. So, now, into the actual game. Alright, let's get some Assassin's Creed Valhalla gameplay in now. And we are getting a huge amount more FPS than we were before. I think we're in the 70s, 80s before with a 3090. Well, we'll just try to run around in a similar fashion to how we did in the 3090 at least. Just to kind of keep it similar. Kind of try to stay on the same track. So if I remember correctly, I came up here because I remember commenting about scaring some lady with the wolf, even though in reality I don't think she even notices that I'm here. Yeah, yep, this is the place. I remember I came down here, jumped over a frickin' fence, and then changed my mind and decided, oh no, I want to go on that bridge. And then went over the bridge, and then I'm hoping I'll remember where to go after that. I think I went into some weird field with a bunch of big old stones or something in it. So I think I'll find that if I just stay on that road on the bridge or whatever. So, alright, Let's hop down this rock, go over the bridge, and be on our way. Holy shit, that's a long-ass halberd. Or bardiche. I remember those from Diablo 2. The cows had a lot of those. Yep, this is the place I remember with the flowers and all the stones. It almost looks like a gravesite or something. But, I don't know. Let's just jump out. Okay, nope, we can't go that way. There's a moat. I didn't know there was a moat around it. Well, let me back in. What the fuck? I can't get back in? Well, shit, what the hell do I do? Am I stuck out here? Alright, let's just go around the side. Alright, nope, we're good. We're good. We got out. No big deal. Alright, and I think I came down here and I remember jumping over a bunch of stone rocks and then ending it after there. So let's just go jump over a couple of these, and then after that, we'll move on to the next game. Yeah, I thought I could go through the center thing right there where it was open and not even jump, but nope. Alright, though, why don't we move on to the next game? Moving on to God of War. Let's just look at these settings real quick, and then we'll get a little gameplay. This one does not have a benchmark, at least not that I know of. We're at the right render scale. We're not using FSR or DLSS or anything like that. Don't think we need to with a GPU like this. Didn't really even need to with my 3090. Kept in a couple of spots. It dropped under 60 down like 56 or something like that. But anyway, though, why don't we hop into the game and see how it does with a 4090? All right, let's get a little gameplay in. We'll just take our bow around the lake, kind of like we did with the 3090. And while it's not staying at 120 all the time, it dropped down to 118 for a second there. But let's see if it has any more problems other than that. 16.
I have a question. If Ymir was
Still not bad, though.
Where did he come from?
I don't have G-Sync or anything like that on either right now, so if I just had that on, I doubt I'd notice any of those small little hiccups like that. Now, if it was dropping all the way down into the 70s or something, I would notice that. G-Sync's nice and all, but it's not a miracle worker. It can't make that kind of FPS drop feel smooth. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to think it was when I was younger and it first came out. I was like, oh, it's the be-all end-all. I can't wait till I can afford one of those kind of monitors. And then once I got one, I was happy, don't get me wrong, but I was just a little disappointed, but that's because I set my expectations too high. And that's what I get for not fully understanding what it was, too, before getting all excited about it, so whatever. I know what it does now, and I still like it and appreciate it greatly. Oh, we got some cool tier thing.
Who took arms against his creator and spilled Emir's lifeblood with his spear. A necessary evil, he would say, to bring order to the realms.
Interesting, though, we're not getting full utilization, though, so my CPU must be bottlenecking this a little, even at 4K, but I figured that was going to happen. Definitely got to upgrade. I'm probably going to either do 13th gen or Ryzen 7000. I'm moving more towards 7000 Ryzen. That way I can just keep my water block and I have to drain my loop until I get my water block for my GPU, that is, which don't really honestly need one. It gets such cool temps. Anyway, it almost never even touches 70. Every once in a blue moon, it'll hit 70 for like a second or two, and I think the fans kick on a little faster and bring it right back down to like 68, 69. So that's pretty awesome. I was expecting this thing to be a hot, insanely loud, crazy GPU, but in reality, it's not, at least when the power limit isn't ridiculous. That's why I didn't even bother cranking it up to 106. I think I'm just going to leave it alone. It's so powerful, and my CPU bottlenecks it in a bunch of games anyway. Why bother shortening its life overclocking yet? I can do that once it's got a water block on it, and I get my new CPU and all that stuff. Until then, I think I'll just leave it stock and enjoy it for what it is. But alright, we'll pick this thing up and move on. Final Fantasy VII Remake now. Let's just go through these whopping like 6 settings. So, not really much to look at. None of these matter. I mean, if I had HDR on, they would, but right now, I'm not, because it makes everything look lame and discolored. And that wouldn't be good for your video. So, I'll just turn it on when I play and do SDR for you guys. So, to the game. Alright guys, let's get started with a little Final Fantasy VII Remake gameplay now.
Go ahead and keep whatever we collect. Seeing as you didn't bring any luggage, I'm guessing there's stuff you need to buy.
Thanks.
Yeah, there probably is.
Don't worry. We'll pay you the difference after. Barrett's out making his rounds too.
As long as I get it all today.
Damn straight. He's got to have his money. Hey, where's my money? Alright, I guess we're going in here first.
Here to change out your water filter.
Tifa, baby, how you doing? Been waiting for you to... Wait, who's he?
Cloud's in
I'm the
charge of
bodyguard.
elections. He'll take your money.
Sounds like a pretty sweet gig. If you ever need someone to fill in, I'm your man.
You wish.
In your dreams, maybe.
Huh?
Cloud! Since we're here, maybe we should do a little shopping.
Yeah, that would be pretty great. Hey, I'm gonna insult you anyway. Hey, give me some good deals on some stuff. Whatever, Cloud doesn't give a shit. He's Cloud. Alright, we'll buy that. Why not? I'll be a collector of fine music and other music paraphernalia. Alright, we'll grab these two. I like having at least one of every single materia. I know I'll probably find them eventually, but who wants to wait around for that? I have a little teeny money, and I'm going to get paid again anyway, so...
If you're ever in the market for anything else, drop on by. Especially if Teef is with you.
We'll see.
Yeah, we all know you like that eye candy.
And let us know when your filter next needs changing.
All the items you could want, straight from the place.
He's a regular. Stock up here, and he might throw in a freebie or two.
For you.
Yeah, for you.
Well, you could try being a little nicer.
No, even if Cloud was as nice as could be, he's not going to get the favors you get, Tifa.
Our next stop is Stargazer Heights.
Alright, so
And
where's
he's
2
fine.
next?
Just met her.
Then you know what to expect. Remember, she's a good friend of Avalanche, so be nice. Please.
Hey, Cloud's always nice. Except for when he's not.
My husband decided to go to the station and see if the...
Nothing to report. Maintaining surveillance.
Alright.
Carl. Got some
Why don't we
filters.
go ahead and just move on to the next game now, though? Alright, now for some F122. It actually wasn't working earlier in the day. I thought I was going to have to exit from the benchmark. But then I was like, nah, because I want to keep the video the same as it was with the 3090. So luckily I waited until like 8 and it started working. So let's have a look at all the settings, though, before we do a quick benchmark and then gameplay. This game has a huge amount of options. Alright, now we can back out and finish looking at the advanced graphics here. And there we go. That's the bottom. So now let's go run a quick benchmark really fast. And turn that back on as well. Alright, the benchmark's all finished. We got our CPU and GPU up there, our RAM, resolution, what anti-aliasing we're using. But anyway, we got 81 minimum frames, 93 average, and 104 maximum. And we got pretty good frame times, so why don't we go hop into the actual game and see how that fares. Alright guys, let's get a little F1 gameplay in now, or F122 to be precise. Alright. Now let's go. And immediately brake. Or hey, at least I didn't go off the track super bad like I did the first time, but I was smart. Since I knew what happened last time, I started the recording just a wee bit earlier this time. That way I'm not sitting here like turning on the frickin' thing and then not even having my hands on the controller.
Okay, just want to
Ooh,
remind you
almost
to
went off the
keep an
road
eye
there,
on the
though.
tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both
This looks like it would get pretty hot out here. It looks almost deserty.
Tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them.
Still though, it's getting alright FPS. Obviously it could get more, but at least we're getting pretty close to fully maximizing the GPU, so I don't think I'm CPU bottlenecked this time. And across the line. But let's go for at least another like half lap, a quarter lap or something, because that's not quite 2 minutes and nothing yet. Whoa. Went off the road there. But alright, let's move on. Let's go over our Metro Exodus PC Enhanced Edition settings here real quick. And we'll just jump into the game because this game does not have a benchmark. And we're going to run with DLSS on quality. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is exactly how it was before. So anyway, let's go hop in the game. Well, let's start off our little gameplay here. Oh, I gotta put a new filter in, I guess. It is pretty freaking gross down here. Alright, let's loot this corpse. He doesn't need it. Ooh. Enemy. And on this one, I completely forgot, apparently, to turn this stupid afterburner back on. It's always something. I always seem to forget something, but eventually I'll get better and stop fucking up. But I can definitely tell you it's a lot smoother than it was before. I don't know what kind of FPS we're getting right now, but before we were just barely scraping by, I think at like 68 to 78 or something like that. But I would guesstimate this to be slightly over 100. But not quite 120. Of course, I'm going to come into this game and just get some just straight up gameplay footage in it later, and then I'll remember to actually turn the damn MSI Afterburner on this time. Can't believe I forgot to do that. No more head for you. Uh-oh. Guess one came up behind me. Oh well. Let's move on. On a Dying Light 2. Now this one, Afterburner just refused to work with again. I tried again, but we're going to do DLSS quality here too. But we do also have the little frame rate counter, so at least we get FPS. So you know what kind of FPS we're getting. But real quick, let's just look at these other quality settings. Then we'll jump in the game, because this one does not have any benchmark or anything that I know of either. So, to the game. Okay. Let's get a little Dying Light in now. Yeah, definitely way smoother than it was before. And before we had to do balanced on top of that. Now it doesn't always stay at 120, but it stays pretty damn close from what I've seen. While I was running around the first time, I didn't really have a chance to just keep an eye on it. This is the kind of game you kind of have to pay attention where you're running. And the second you don't, you get fucked over and get eaten by zombies or fall off of a building. Alright, let's go up here, I guess. Uh-oh. I hit the wrong button. I thought I was hitting Z, but I hit X. Oh well, now I'm dead. Oh well, we'll just reload real quick. No harm, no foul. We shall respawn. I don't think it takes that long. No, see? We're already back reloaded. Not even a loading screen, really. And I would try to jump off again, but apparently I'm not that good with that damn glider. Alright, we'll go down this way. That was probably about the absolute limit. Let's go down here and be on ground level real quick with some zombies. See, okay, so down here we do drop under 120 a little bit. Every once in a while, but again, it's not that bad. And with G-Sync, I wouldn't even probably notice. Hey, a zombie. No more zombie. Alright, though. Why don't we go ahead and move along? Okay, now for some Far Cry 6. And this game kind of bottlenecked my 39 a little, so I'm not expecting this one to get the best FPS in the world, but we'll still do it anyway. Let's go look through all the settings real fast, though, before we do a benchmark. And we do have all the ray tracing on and whatnot as well. So now let's go look at the rest of these tabs real quick, and then we'll run a benchmark. Nothing really to do in here, so let's just go right over to the advanced. No VSync or frame rate lock, field of view's maxed, and we don't have FSR on. So now, let's go run that benchmark and see how it does. Alright, benchmark's all done. We averaged 92, got a max of 118, and a minimum of 80. So, not quite as good as I was hoping, but it's the CPU holding me back a little in this one, unfortunately, but it is what it is. There's the RAM. But anyway, why don't we go hop in the game and see how it actually plays? Well, alright, we're in game now, so let's just run around, shoot a little. Alright, so that was one that can be shot down. Sometimes I never know which ones can be shot down or not.
Shit.
Alright, there we go. We shot him in the dome that time. But yeah, we're up at a 70% utilization and 80% utilization. So yeah, we're massively CPU bottlenecked for this title. Which is ironic because it's all bragging about the title, Ryzen this, Ryzen that, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, well, Intel kind of destroys at least these particular Ryzens. I don't know how the 7000 series really do yet. But seeing as how I'm probably going to go with that, I should probably go and make sure that that's not going to be, like, no better than this. Although, with that massive jump and everything, I can't see how it could possibly be this bad. But I guess what I'm saying is, it might be like, okay, well, now it's taking 78, 80% utilization. Maybe now only I get is 92. But I guess I'd rather have 92% utilization than what I'm getting now. Because then I'd probably get closer to over 100 FPS the whole time. But it is what it is. I'll just have to go do a little research and probably order that stuff tonight or tomorrow or something. Or whenever I'm done researching, I might want to just play some games tonight on the 4090. Because I've definitely been enjoying it. Oh, hi. Goodbye. And I even got some pesos. Yeah, we're barely above 60 FPS at times here. Aha, take that. Oh yeah, it's raining. It's not going to start on fire when it's raining. Nope, that's not how physics works. Alright, well, let's collect this. Can't believe I didn't pick that up earlier. Not great gun or anything, but best to have it at least, I guess. And I got some ammo. But alright, why don't we go ahead and move on to the next game. Now, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy here. Let's go through the settings real quick. We are going to do some DLSS, because I still don't think this game at 4K, with the ray tracing and everything maxed out, can handle it, even with a 4090. But of course, I'll do this game and many others all by themselves, so we can go through all the different settings, and then you'll be able to see. But I kind of want to wait till I get a better CPU first. Unless people are curious about how this one runs, because I can first do it first. Anyway, to the benchmark. Okay, the benchmark's all done. So we got all of our display settings right here. Then we got our system info right there. And we averaged 138. We did get a minimum of 18, although I don't remember it going that low, but hey. We got max of 168, and there's our CPU and GPU milliseconds. So it must have been my CPU's fault if I got that high of some frame time. Anyway, though, Now, let's get into the actual game and see how she plays. Well, here we go. We're in game now, so let's get a little gameplay in. Well, right now we're hanging real close around my monitor's native refresh rate, so that's pretty cool. It might drop a good little down underneath it here and there, but it's still going to be phenomenally smooth compared to how it was before. And it doesn't seem like the CPU's holding this game back too much. We're at least getting 98% utilization here.
I'm not being insensitive.
I'm thinking that big cylinder thing is our rendezvous.
Yeah, that's the mining rig.
So weird seeing it all clustered together
Yeah.
like this.
It almost is like this, all this junk is its own little planet.
Galaxy held together by pink goo.
The goo. It's the gooinator.
Whatever. I'm just saying, it's a lot to take in.
That's what she said. Ha! Had to.
Whoa, look! Yellow and blue. Looks like an old Novacore frigate. Nice!
Come on, dude. People probably died on that ship.
Killjoy. Why
Right.
even bring
Way
us
to
here
be
to
a
places
bummer.
so sacred. I can name at least a dozen planets with monsters on them, so
Flat broke, Rocket. We need a big break. Aren't you tired of eating yarrow root?
it's so mealy.
Listen,
So
restricted zone.
mealy.
Whatever monster
Rocket
lives
is
here,
definitely my
nobody
favorite
else
character.
has one.
Followed probably by the main character.
Exactly.
But honestly, every character in this whole freaking group has their own funny moments, and they're all cool in their own rights. So I honestly like them all.
Ah, cheer up. Just because of the
Oh shit! Almost fell. That wouldn't have been no good.
I'm okay.
I've died enough in my other games. We don't need to die in this one.
Not funny.
You know, I like this. This is fun. The three of us hanging out, just like when we started this gig, before you-know-who joined us. I do not hate everybody. I tolerate them.
The three of us have had some good times.
Remember the gig on Draconius?
The locals did not appreciate us hauling them onto our ship.
Lark and shapeshifters, man.
Jet
Never
boots
again.
activate.
Whoa!
Whee!
Pretty sure that way's a dead end.
Anyway, why don't we go ahead
There we go.
and move on to the next game now? Alright, now for some Horizon Zero Dawn. But first, I'll look through the settings. Now let's hop over to this graphics tab. We're going to do Ultimate Quality. And alright, that's the bottom. So now why don't we go run that benchmark? Oh yeah, and then there's the RAM. So now let's go run that benchmark. Well, benchmark's all done. We got 153 average FPS this time. Max 258 and a minimum of 48. Didn't see it, but hey, it happened apparently. Preset of Ultimate Quality. There's our CPU and GPU FPS and 1%, 95 or 95%, and 99% and all that. Game version, system spec. And then we've got over in this corner over here, you got yourself your CPU and GPU little bar graphs for frame times. So, now let's get into the actual game. Alright, now let's get some Horizon Zero Dawn gameplay in. Alright, we'll just skip through this.
Come now, let's find that herd. Follow.
We must find the herd. Well, this game we're getting shit tons of FPS too. I will sneak
There.
everywhere.
See them? These are called Striders.
Striders. Ooh, gather.
Ha! Get!
Well, they certainly did. They were like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Why'd you chase them off?
To show you how some machines startle easily if they detect you and run away. They're best approached by stealth. Don't worry. We'll catch up with them further down the valley. You'll see. Now,
All right, let's pick up
I
some
want you to
rocks.
find some rocks that fit the cup of your hand.
Why?
Do as I say, Aloy, and gather the rocks. I will show you how to use them.
All right,
Good.
damn.
That's it. Those will do. Follow.
I am following, but I'm also going to pick up more shit and sneak. All right, I had a quick phone call there, so I had to pause. So we'll try to get a little bit more in here. I think I was at like 140 or something like that. Let's just pick up a couple more things. Irritate her stepdad or whatever. I'm sure he's going to start yelling at me soon. Man, he got way up there on me, didn't he?
Stop wasting time.
Yep, there he goes.
Stop wasting time.
I'm coming now. Jesus, shut up.
Aloy, over here.
Well, alright, though. Now, we can move on to the next game. Alright, now for some Spider-Man Remastered, and I have a feeling this is another one of those ones that's going to be a little bit... whatchamacallit? CPU bottlenecked. That's okay. We'll fix that soon. And besides, there's some people that have older processors like this that aren't even that old, honestly. But might have even older processors than this, and they want to know how it runs, so this will actually work out good. So, on to the game. Alright, let's get a Spider-Man Remastered game playing now. And yeah, as I can already tell, see, we're only hitting 69%, 80% utilization here and there. So yep, another bottleneck game. A little bit, but hey, it is what it is. And at least so far, we're at least staying over 60, just barely. Right there. 68, I think, is the lowest we've seen. Oh, nope, 64. 63. Is it even going to be able to stay above 60? So far. So at least that's good. But obviously, if we had a little bit faster CPU, we could get a little bit more FPS. Simple as that. So yeah, I'll probably very soon here order me up some Ryzen 7000 parts. Still though, this game's fun as hell to just fly around in the city. I could literally just swing around for like hours. Just swing around a little, fight some crime. But wow, yeah, the thing's so bottlenecked we're barely even hitting 60 degrees on the dang GPU. That is the problem though. Sometimes if you upgrade the latest and greatest GPU, sometimes your CPU can't keep up. Now, I figured I could honestly get away with it since this is 4K, but I was very, very sorely mistaken. But no big deal. Now, I'll just fix it. But in the meantime, I can still show you guys how it would play if you guys happen to have a last generation CPU and still wanted to get this thing. I probably wouldn't want to go much lower than a 5000 series. At least if you want to play specific games like this. As you saw before, a lot of the games it was just fine. But you're going to run into a few games here and there that might not run to your liking. But nothing a little CPU upgrade can't fix. But now, why don't we move on to the next game? Now let's get some Overwatch 2 in. Well, that's not right. Let's get that to be the right thing. I know we're running with no VSync, so it doesn't really matter, but it just bothers me. Oh, and I did notice I forgot to change the dynamic resolution scaler and render scale. So I changed that after the recording. So don't worry. It won't be limiting FPS or anything. Although I don't even think we would have hit the 300 FPS limit. But you never know. Better safe than sorry, right? Alright. Why don't we go ahead and move into the game? Alright. Overwatch 2 gameplay time. Alright, another one with an ever so slight CPU bottleneck. We're only around the 80s and 90s. Oh, that's probably because that stupid FSR is on. If I turned FSR off, it would probably be fine, but this is the way I ran it with the other thing, so I wanted her for 3090, so I wanted to keep it. Ha! That's kind of funny. This part right here, I was actually the play of the game right there. Believe it or not. Okay, so now we must escort the payload, huh? Okay. Can do. Look at that, though. 200 FPS, though, at 4K. Pretty cool. And if we had a little bit better CPU, I'm sure we'd see more like 250 or something like that. Who knows? It might even stay above 200. But I don't have a 200 hertz 4K monitor, so that's irrelevant to me. As long as it can stay above 120, I'm happy. Or stay at 120 and never drop, I guess is what I'm saying. Oh, there they are. Let's fuck them up. Take that, Hanzo. You should know better than to turn your back on me. Yes, no more turret. Die, Lucio. No healing. Oh, what the fuck? Screw you, Hanzo. You got in my way. Well, almost killed him, but he ran back to Homestead. Oh well, though. Why don't we go ahead and move on to the next game? Alright, here's Fortnite. Now, we are on DirectX 12, because this is what ran the best for me on my AMD rig, but maybe that's not the same for NVIDIA, because it sure doesn't seem like it ran good on my 3090, and even in the menu, it looks laggy and stuttery. Maybe it has to, like, pre-cache the shaders or something. I don't know. But anyway, either way, let's go look in the actual gameplay, because it might be better once we get into the game. Well, alright. We're up in the air. But we are definitely not getting better FPS. It's still very stuttery here and there. So yeah, maybe DirectX 12 isn't that great, but I'll obviously go and run through all the settings and stuff when I just do individual games. But I just wanted to do a bunch real quick since this GPU just came out, and I'm sure people are interested in how it'll run. And most people with this GPU are honestly going to just run this game as maxed out. But yeah, no, this is pretty terrible. Maybe on NVIDIA it runs better on DirectX 11. Or performance. I don't know. I've never given that performance thing a try either. But I guess once we go and actually do this game and just focus solely on it, we'll go through all the different settings and find out what runs best on NVIDIA. Although I'm sure other people know, but I don't, and I'd like to find out, and I'm sure some other people wonder as well. So that's what those videos are going to be for. There was a guy with a dragon down there. Well, alright, let's go land down here, I guess. Oh, cool. Pistol right off the back, and a machine gun, or submachine gun. What else do we got here? Ooh, rifle too, cool. We'll keep that for medium close range. If I see somebody at a distance, then I can pull out the sniper. Oh, ammo. Always fun to have ammo. Oh, you cannot jump out that window. Alright, can I jump out this window? No, apparently you can't vault and jump out windows in this game. But hey, gotta try. I play so many games, it's hard to, you know, figure out which games can do what, and unless you try. Well, I guess I should just run down here real quick. Thought I heard shooting down here, but maybe that was just the fish jumping in the water. But alright, why don't we move on to the last game? Well, last up we got some Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So let's just go through the settings really fast, and it's pretty much maxed out. I wouldn't probably play it like this, but figure we got 4090, we gotta max the thing out. Except for ray tracing. I don't know anybody who'd really want to take that kind of hit while playing a first-person shooter, but maybe there's people out there. Of course, we'll do this game and a bunch of other games all by themselves too, just to focus solely on certain settings. But this is just kind of a game bonanza, just to see how it runs. So now, why don't we go hop into an actual game? Well, alright, let's get a little gameplay in here. We'll just shoot at some people. We'll wait for the lobby to fill. Oh, shit. Well, I got onto his head there, but unfortunately he was quicker on the draw. Well, at least I got a headshot before somebody shot me in the back, so that's at least nice. Alright, where shall I run to? Although this is about to end and we'll get onto the plane, or helicopter rather, but I guess I went a little too far. Nobody's really jumping down over here. Well, there's a guy in the building up there, but alright, now to the actual game. Alright, let's find a place to jump out of this motherfucker.
Resurgence. Gas is approaching your position. Get to the safe zone. Hold out until the countdown is complete to redeploy for free. Any point where the action will show.
Well, let's just go straight to the camp.
Hostile dropping into the area. Execute all targets in the AO.
Okay, he went off in there. Let's put a plate in. Oh, somebody shot me in the back again. Oh well. At least it wasn't the guys fighting. Probably not gonna have time to self-revive, but might as well try. Nope, he's here to kill me. Oh well. Not a big deal. Why don't we just go ahead and wrap this video on up now. Well, alright guys. That is a wrap for this video. The 4090 did great. Now, there was a couple times where my 5950X held it back, even at 4K. And I was not expecting that. But now, I guess I'll upgrade to Ryzen 7000. And then, once 3D comes out, I'll grab that. As long as they've got one of the high core counts. I heard they're going to do that this time. Not just make it the 8 core, but we'll see. All that is rumors to me until AMD themselves comes out and says, yes, that's what we're doing. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I sure enjoyed the hell out of making it. So, until the next video, peace out, guys.